been working on this essay for the past 3 days, and this is all I've got.
Blank.
I know.
Oh, poor Megan
Okay, how about
Markle.
you start with something like this?
In this scene, she's
I work
playing.
at the top firm.
In this scene, she's like in suits and she's trying to write a profile for a dating site. And she's like, oh, I'm just a paralegal. I'm just like, I don't have anything going on for me. Just, she's always playing the same type of this very cheerful, shallow girl.
In Manhattan.
And she's actually,
That's not
I have an
good.
office, which is unheard of for a paralegal. That shows how much they value me.
Hold on. Okay, more.
I'm passionate, funny, tenacious,
how
courageous,
Any more adjectives?
supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I'm incredibly smart. Sometimes
is she incredibly smart if she's a paralegal who can't pass exams? She plays this ditzy girl who's like uh, never quite up to what she aspires to be. And in real life, she's the opposite. I think she did a lot with her talent or whatever, with her assets. She really maximized because she's not, there's nothing unique. If you see this girl, you wouldn't think about her twice. She would make a great spy.
aggressively so.
You realize it's supposed to make me sound good, right?
She let me finish. I'm also a kind person.
Oh,
I want someone who notices the little things, like the fact that I'm a foodie and I love to share that with other people.
a foodie.
That one isn't.
What the hell is a foodie anyway? I understand vegetarian, vegan. I do not understand foodie. I understand somebody who eats raw food. I mean, is eating food a hobby?
Pays me a compliment. I can't even look them in the eye. Or the fact that my parents are obviously loaded, but I'm still determined to make it on my own.
I'm not gonna take that last part.
Is this acting? She's
Hey,
just being herself.
still gonna be beating them away with a stick.
Well, yeah, because you write such a good essay.
No, I mean after you post a picture here.
In reality, she was never alone. She went from one relationship to another. I don't think she's ever been ever single since she was like, I don't know, since she started dating. She was married, then she went from one relationship to another. And they say that she dated Prince Harry and a gourmet cook at the same time. Like, so Rachel Zane is not really her, but it's like who she would like to be, this cheerful little girl, but she just lacks depth. She lacks everything. And you know what she lacks most of all? I'm sorry, but is this a beautiful woman? And this is the most attractive she's ever going to look because this is in her younger days. And this is the most attractive she ever was. Is this a beautiful woman? Is this one of the most beautiful women in the world? I think not. Is she one of the more glamorous, more intelligent women in the world? I think not. She plays a very mediocre woman who's in New York. She plays a very mediocre figure. And I seriously do not see anything unique about her, and certainly nothing compared to her mother in law, Diana, who was one of the most beautiful women in the world. The only thing they have in common is Diana acts shy. And I mean, she married when she was 19. This woman married when she was 40. Some say over 40. It's close to 40. There's a huge difference. She's divorced and she still plays shy and like this helpless creature. And I really wonder why,
Coffee
why,
to file. Done.
why this show is also not the best show in the world. It really doesn't depict the legal world in any realistic way. It's full of drama. In the legal world, things don't just get done by snap of a finger. Things don't just change from one minute to another. And I think there's not a lot of drama in the legal world. There's a lot of work, but not a lot of drama. And I just think that Meghan Markle is just, it's just like a very shallow poster girl. And as to quote Philip, Prince Philip, she's Harry's showgirl. And I think Harry's also not something special. I think the whole, after having binge watched The Crown, there's just people who are not special in any way, shape, or form. So I think it's a good match because they're both very mediocre people. And she didn't accomplish a lot. Harry, she's a genius. Meghan Markle is a genius compared to Harry because Harry didn't have any higher education despite the fact that he could do anything. He didn't reach anywhere without the birthright. The word birthright really irritates me. Let me just do a little bit more of this stupid show.
Subpoena done. Johnson strategy written. Every single.
This show is just has so many legal terms, but I don't know. It just knowing law students, this is so far from the legal world, and it's just a waste of time if you think that, oh, there she is again, Rachel. How did she get all this? Again, this very, very clingy woman. Let's see. Let's watch this scene. So he's drinking beer, and there's a knock on the door. Who is it? Who comes to his house
Jimmy,
unannounced?
that's you. I swear to God, I'm gonna have the locks changed.
Oh,
Rachel,
You hurt me.
I'm sorry.
No. All those nice things you said, those are the kind of things you say when you. Look, if you feel those things about me, why can't you be with me?
because you're a disaster.
I told you, it's work, and that guy, it's everything. I don't think it would work. I think it would be a mistake.
Yeah, you know what? You did say that, and it's a lot of bullshit.
Because sexual attraction is not the only thing that makes a relationship work. And he doesn't trust you to shut up. And he has this secret identity. And the minute that things don't work out with you, you're going to seek revenge because you're a bitch.
Because the Mike that I know and the Mike that I felt for, he wouldn't do this. And
Well,
all of your feelings are still there, then it only points to one thing.
well, she has a little bit too much passion for a paralegal. A paralegal is a very great figure, and they're very rational, and they don't have all these drama scenes. And this is New York City, and Mike, whatever his name is not the only guy. It's a huge law firm, and she just goes for this guy.
And it's that you're keeping something from me.
Of course, he's keeping something from you.
I won't lie to you.
Tell her you're gay, stupid.
Please, just tell me what it is.
Of course, because you can be really. Look at her. I mean, remember when the caricature came out that the baby Harry, not Harry, what's his name? Archie is a monkey. She looks like a monkey and has nothing to do with her African heritage. It's just the fact that her face looks like a monkey. Just the way her eyes look. She's dumb. She's a dumb person and she has this monkey, like, look at a monkey. I mean, monkeys are smart, but they have limited intelligence to functioning and manipulating. And she's very ape-like. She doesn't seem African, by the way. She just seems monkey-like. Not very attractive in my book. I'm very desperate here. And this is the most attractive she will ever be. But if it weren't for plastic surgery and a lot of makeup.
Rachel,
I'm done.
Rachel, wait!
The whole thing ensued. She plays this extremely hysterical figure. I mean, I don't think a lot of men chase women who act like this. It's so unrealistic. Do you know a lot of men that chase
Rachel,
women that show up in their
stop,
doorstep?
please. Let me explain.
Wow.
Look, I want to tell you.
Then tell me.
I can't.
Why? I mean, what?
What can it possibly be? It's a secret that he never finished law school, and you're going to blab it because you can't be depended on. The minute he's interested in another woman, you're going to destroy him.
Could it possibly be you're married? You're some kind of spy?
No, you don't understand. Once I tell you, I can never take it back. This is my everything.
He's really
I can't.
not made to be a lawyer. Oh, the love of his life. A girl that looks like 1,000,000 others. This is so unconvincing. What's so special about him? He's not tall, he's not handsome. This is New York City, and you really want to. The plot in Suits is so unconvincing. Do you really want us to believe that this little paralegal goes for a young guy when she could go for a successful lawyer who has a lot of money? Doesn't make sense in a city where money's everything. And this should be the woman that Harry would pursue. This is a alpha African female. African all the way, beautiful, gorgeous.
Did you have fun?
And she's about the same age.
It's fun.
Oh God. And here we are again. Here we are again. Where's Rachel Zane? Is she coming up again towards the end? Oh, of course. There she is, looking like a wedding photo.
Start fresh. Look, I don't mean to be rude. I just really want to concentrate.
You have 3 hours to complete the exam. Good luck. Your time.
Wait, let me see how this goes.
That's why I wanted you to know.
Alright. Oh, what's going on? Secrets, all these
He
secrets.
said his wife had cancer and he needed the money to try and save her life. Turns out he needed the money to support his mistress.
Well, that makes sense. Why is everybody shocked? Do you know one man who is actually supporting his wife when he has a choice of supporting his
Now he's saying
mistress?
he's different. But a man who would do that is a man I find very difficult to trust.
Oh, well, aren't we being a little bit naive? Of course you shouldn't trust somebody.
Do you trust me? That's why I wanted you to know.
Uh-huh. Because you're such a, like, I don't know. This show is so unbelievable. And
It's your first time?
No, I'm just.
she looks exactly like she looks at the photos. Here she plays this ditzy paralegal, and this is the way she would look for the royal family. It's because she's playing a role still.
Trying to forget about the other time. Start fresh. Look, I don't mean to be rude. I just really want to concentrate.
This is exactly you. You are a rude person.
You have 3 hours to complete the exam. Good luck. Your time starts now.
Of course she's not going to pass. Is she going to pass? There she is. So unlike the real Meghan Markle, who didn't even finish a 3-year degree, or she finished like the minimum. Let's see where Rachel comes back again. Rachel is a minor character, but actually she has like, oh, did she pass the exam or didn't she pass the exam? There's the grandma, such a good boy. I don't know if did Rachel pass the exam. Doesn't matter, but she looks exactly the way she still looks like. I don't know about you guys, but unless she's a mummy, and I don't mean a mummy with an O, but a mummy that Egyptians preserved for thousands of years, how can she look the same? Look at her. She looks exactly the same. I don't get that. I don't want to be rude.
It's your first time.
Is this the most beautiful woman in the world? Is this the most intelligent woman in the world? No. Does she match Harry? Probably. But is she Suits like, is she the star of Suits? She's not the star of Suits at all. She's a very minor character. Paralegal is not, she's quite minor, and she doesn't play the most intelligent person. she's just the most lost, I think she's really playing herself. She has no idea who she is, she has no confidence. She plays this ditzy paralegal, and she thinks like when you kiss somebody, that tells you whether you are a match or not, which is like the last thing. Physical attraction and a physical reaction is the last element that should actually be the foundation for a relationship. It's a shallow TV show, lots of drama going on. The major, she's not one of the major staff even. You have to really look for her in every series. She's like a very minor character, and this is the height of her career before she decided to go on reality TV, which we'll have to see. But she's so uninteresting. Uninteresting, is that even an adjective? She's so not interesting. Should I say boring? A very boring character of a very minor, like if it's a Shakespearean play, she's one of the guard number three. So, how in the world is a reality show about a person who has no talent in acting, no talent in anything, and not too much beauty? How is that going to be interesting at all? Reality shows are usually boring unless the character is interesting. So, marrying a prince from a very dull family where there's a lot of mental instability is not something I could write in a resume as I'm proud of, and now I've reached success. And yet somehow she makes a lot of it. It looks like she's really identified with the character of a manipulative lawyer, even though she doesn't play like a top-notch, super achieving woman, but a very, very back office, a paralegal. She got her own office, but she's a paralegal, and a paralegal is a paralegal. It's not a lawyer. And the fact that she struggles to be a lawyer is also quite pathetic. So it's not a strong character at all. And here she looks good, but when her hair is down, she doesn't really look that great. And think about all the makeup used to make her look good. She has a very thin figure, but I wouldn't say spectacular figure. I wouldn't say she stands out in any shape or form. When you're very skinny and you're wearing high heels, I don't think she would have stood out at all if it wasn't for Harry. So it's the opposite of Princess Diana, she was like a beautiful, a star, and she's like the opposite. She takes people and make them look less spectacular because she just has this latching on kind of, she's like a barnacle that latches onto rocks. I don't know, but she just plays this hysterical, clingy, desperate woman, and I think she plays herself. And I think actually most actors play themselves. I don't think people play things that they don't have in their character. That's my 2 cents on Megan Markle's 2 cents worth. Peace, light, and love. I didn't mean to put her down. This is my opinion. That's all.